and Viv is at the moment, she recently was made redundant at the start of the year. It's obviously 6 months into the year now, but she's kind of been procrastinating a lot at home, and she's had a lot of things going on. But I'm confident that if she does stick to something and she sparks that productivity, that she will start to generate a castle of momentum, and she'll want to protect that castle, but she'll want to get outside and do things and be more positive about herself. And if that happens, then of course again it will have a knock-on effect on her, and she'll be happier within herself. We'll see what happens, we'll see. But we just had a chat about what she wants, and I gave her some challenges to do, which were to be productive at home. The shocking thing was that we worked out that she spends almost a quarter of her year pretty much wasting her life away on her iPad. And that was quite shocking for her when we worked out the sums of how long she actually spends on it. So the challenge for her is to be more productive, which is going to really affect her life.
So this is my first video blog that Tommy's asked me to do. He gets everybody to step out of their comfort zone, and doing a video blog is certainly out of mine. But he's asked me to look at a few things that we've done in the last week, starting with summing up on what we did. So we've had 5 meetings across the week, starting off with setting some goals, deciding how we're going to do this, what we're going to do, looking at what barriers I have as a person that's stopping me from getting to my goals, working out how we can break them down best, talking through what's right for me, because what's right for me isn't right for everybody else, and a physical session which was actually boxing, which is something I've never tried, and I really enjoyed it. It was absolutely brilliant. The one thing I will say about Tommy is he is brilliant at asking the challenging questions that get right down to where you need to understand, rather than letting you stop at the place you think you want to tell him. So I have found it very challenging at times, very, very enjoyable. Tommy is great to talk to, and he's a great listener, there is no doubt about it. And he's talked me through so much that I understand now where I am, where I need to go, and how we're going to get there. And it's what I need to do coming up in this coming week that needs to come from me, and that is build on what I've already learned, so understand what my barriers are, use the strategies that he's given me, and he's given me a lot of strategies, understand that not every day is going to be a very good day, but you can turn them into a very good day by patting yourself on the back. Don't always beat yourself up that you haven't done what you thought you were going to do, because probably you've done something else instead. He's helped me understand that I need to act now. Yes, tomorrow is another day, but if I waste today, that's a day of my life that I have wasted and not done what I was going to do, or something in its place. So all in all, it's been a brilliant week, and I'm looking forward to the coming week, and see what's coming up next. So this is my video blog for the end of week 2. I'm still not happy at being sat in front of a camera, but hey, that's not going to change. What we've done in week 2 is a lot of consolidation of what we did in week 1. So consolidate the learning, more understanding, more difficult questions. Tommy's not one to shy away from asking those questions. Understanding my triggers, so what it is in life that makes me do what I do, the good things and the bad. So being aware of when I go towards the bad end of things, how to avoid it, and patting myself on the back when I do really, really well. The whole process with Tommy is not an easy thing to go through. Emotionally, it is very, very difficult to go through. But the joy when you come out of a session, understanding what it is that's going on in your life and your mind and your body, is just amazing. So very much looking forward to week 3. and catch up with you again at the end of next week. Cheers, bye. I can't believe it's the end of week 3 already and there's only one more week to go. It's the whole thing is just moving so fast. It's been a light bulb week for me this week. A lot of the work that I did with Tommy this week suddenly switched on lots and lots of positives, ways to do things, ways to avoid doing things, some fantastic tips on when you come to make a choice, how to make the right choice by using eye movements, the difference between choices and decisions, in that choices are you've got more than one choice, about doing it because you want to do it, not because it's the opposite of don't do it. Absolutely amazing concepts that I'd never ever come across before. So it has been a really brilliant week this week. I can feel the difference in everything that's going on in my life. And one of the reasons I started this was I knew I was sliding towards depression. That's just gone, completely gone. Life is just full of bounce and full of joy. And I have Tommy to thank for that. There are still things for me to learn, still things to consolidate. And the end of next week isn't the end of the journey. So I'm looking forward to talking through with Tommy the strategies that will keep things going for me, not just get to the end of it and go, well, that's done, and stop. Moving forward, keeping life moving forward is what's going to be important to me, and next week is really going to help me do that.
So I'll tell you what, let's start with the exercise element of this whole journey. And you can start by telling those people watching exactly what you've been doing in terms of your fitness, because most people will be interested in that, I think, at first. Probably just like you were.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about the fitness side of things?
Fitness side of things, you actually got me boxing, which is something I'd never considered as a fitness regime. First session, it was a case of what's a punch, how do you throw a punch, and just getting used to doing the punching. And then you started adding footwork in. I have enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
It's something I will keep up, definitely, as part of my training with my personal trainer. She's going to put some boxing into there.
Perfect.
And it's been so much fun. I think I've smiled my way through the whole lot because I enjoyed it so much. And then in the last one, you put legs and elbows in, which was really fantastic.
Absolutely.
It was a case of, whoa, a bit more technique. So with moving around and all the punches and the legs and elbows, it's just been amazing, and I can feel the difference in my strength because of it. It was definitely a great conditioning exercise for me.
Good. And there was one thing that you said that you would love to do. And it was a piece of equipment, the battle ropes.
Yes.
And people grabbed them and they kind of do the moving up and down their arms, and you'd seen people doing it. And you thought, that's something I'd always want to give a go. And we did it on the last session.
Yep.
We did it on the last physical session. So how was that, doing something that you thought you wanted to do, but perhaps didn't have the confidence to do so?
Yeah, I don't think I wanted to do it because of the confidence side of things. I'd seen people do it and thought, that looks like fantastic fun. And to actually get there and do it and pick up those ropes, and which are really quite heavy. And I thought, no, I'm never going to do this. But by the end of it, I was actually really enjoying that. Got tired, I have to admit, but that was fantastic.
The reason that you decided to embark on this process, hand in hand with that, was because you were looking for some kind of shift, not just what you do in the gym, but also outside of the gym, when you're at home, when you're doing what you do on a daily basis. So how has that changed from this course?
Oh, that's just changed amazingly. I knew I was heading towards getting into a depression. I'd got to the point where actually there were some days I didn't leave the house at all. I didn't even come to the gym. I just did not want to go out of the house. Now, every day I'm out doing something. I come to the gym, sometimes I just go out for a walk in the afternoons. And I also found that I wasn't doing enough at home. I could look around the house and see things I should do, and it was a case of, it's tomorrow. Well, tomorrow doesn't always happen for all of us, and it's a case of don't put it off.
Sure.
So, same with everything in life. Don't put it off to tomorrow. Get on and do it today.
Sure.
And that's one of the big things I've learned out of this. Just get on with it, do it. It makes time for other things because you've done it, got it out the way.
Sure. And that was something that you said right early on, was about wanting to make the most of things, be productive and get out of the house every day was a little goal that you set yourself right at the beginning. And that really helped you to get momentum.
Yeah.
Because what you just said only took you maybe a minute. And I could have easily have said that to you, or you could have came here on day one and said that to yourself. But then there needs to be some kind of practical conditioning behind that process.
Yeah.
So we worked together to make sure that you have little goals to hit every week. I gave you homework each weekend. How did you find the homework?
Sitting in front of a screen and doing the diary was always very interesting. Not a thing I enjoyed doing at all. So that was good fun. But the rest of it, so doing something physical, emotional, that kind of thing, was really good because it made me look at what was I doing of a weekend, how could I use that time to do the things I wanted to do, even if it was just go shopping, buy some vegetables, cut them up, pop them in the fridge, so I've got them there for lunches. Just little things like that, whereas I wouldn't have thought of doing that before. It's become routine now.
Yes, you've built new habits, new routines, positive ones.
Yeah.
You've overridden the negative ones that perhaps were holding you back.
Yeah.
And started a new way of living.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
What would you usually have done to celebrate something like this before the old you?
Oh, the old me would have had a treat.
Which would have been?
Cupcake or something like that.
Okay. And what are you going to do this time?
I'm going to have a piece of fruit.
Oh, awesome. And you're going to work on keeping things positive, moving things forward, rewarding yourself with things that go in and align with what you're doing.
Yes.
Because this isn't the end. This is a process.
Yes.
And the process has started, jump-started you towards a way that you can live now for the rest of your life. And as that happens, you will reap the rewards because it's a good way to live. The people are going to want to hear and want to know about physical change. Do you feel like your body has changed in the last 4 weeks?
Oh, definitely, yes.
What have you noticed?
I've noticed that I can now actually work out for much longer because I've got much more stamina than I had before. But I've also noticed that I've got a particular dress that I wanted to get into for my holiday. Couldn't on the last holiday, took it with me and thought, I can't wear that, that's too tight. I can now.
Finally, what would you say to somebody who was thinking about making change? Someone who's stuck in a rut, who's fed up and wants to go from fed up to focused in a short time possible. What would you recommend to that person that's thinking about doing something?
Oh, doing this JumpStart program is absolutely amazing. It's been life-changing for me. It's taken me from a very dark place to one that is bright, full of sunshine. Weather's probably helped with that, but it is definitely full of sunshine, full of focus and forward rather than looking back.
Great. Viv, it's been a pleasure. You've done really, really well. And I'm going to look forward to watching your progress in the future.
Thank you very much, and it has been brilliant. I've enjoyed every minute of it, even the tough times.
Good. Okay, Viv, so you finished 4 weeks. What was something for you? I always spoke about. So, first of all,
Thank you.
well done for your training.
Thank you.
That's your money,
Thank you.
which we've already agreed with you to see out the program and get some of your money back.
Wonderful.
In there's a